message is going to be out of John chapter 6, verse 1 through 14. After Jesus crossed over to the far side of the Sea of Galilee, also known as the Sea of Tiberias, a huge crowd kept following him wherever he went because they saw his miraculous signs as he healed the sick. Then Jesus climbed a hill and sat down with his disciples around him. It was nearly time for the Jewish Passover celebration. Jesus saw a huge crowd of people coming to look for him. Turning to Philip, he asked, "Where can we buy bread to feed all these people?" He was testing Philip, for he already knew what he was going to do. Philip replied, "Even if we worked for months, we wouldn't have enough money to feed them." Then Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, spoke up. "There's a young boy here with 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good is that with a huge crowd?" "Tell everyone to sit down," Jesus said. So they all sat down on the grassy slopes. The men alone numbered 5,000. Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks to God, and distributed them to the people. Afterward, he did the same with the fish, and they all ate as much as they wanted. After everyone was full, Jesus told the disciples to gather the leftovers so that nothing is wasted. So they picked up the pieces and filled 12 baskets with scraps left by people who had eaten the 5 barley loaves. When the people saw him do this miraculous sign, they exclaimed, "Surely he is the prophet we have been expecting." When Jesus saw that they were ready to force him to be their king, he slipped away into the hills by himself. So, guys, this is very interesting that Jesus, Jesus often used people to channel his grace, right? Feeding 5,000 people, that'd be kind of scary to do today. But, Jesus can take just a little bitty, small amount of our resources, our time, talents, and resources, and use that for miraculous things, right? It can basically, he can work miracles for us and others, right? So God can take our limited resources and multiply them beyond our wildest expectations, right? Just like he took the 5 loaves of bread and the fish and fed just the men alone was 5,000. Could you imagine that today? Like in your life, it could be something tiny, just the tiniest little resource that you have, and he can multiply that beyond anything you even thought was possible, right? That's what I have for y'all this morning.